Well, Keith, it's almost time for the ultimate 80s party.
We're about to leave for the
80s
80s cruise.
Hey guys, I'm Abby.
And I'm Keith.
Welcome to our 80s life. Well, I cannot believe it's been a year since we went on our first 80s cruise.
I am so excited to be sophomores.
Me too. So this is an annual cruise. It's put on by the people at ECP. They are amazing. This is a charter cruise, and we had the most fun last year. So Keith, what did you say after the sail away party on the very first day?
On the first day when we were pulling out of the port, I said, I have found my tribe. And on the last day, I said, this was the best week of my life.
He did. Yeah. And I would agree. It was one of the best weeks ever. So there's a lot to live up to with this cruise, but I'm sure it'll be just as fun, if not more, if that's even possible.
We'll see. So last year, the ship ported out of Florida. This year, we're leaving out of Long Beach. So we're going to Ensenada, Cabo, and Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, so this is a Mexican Riviera, totally different from last year, but it's still a 7-day cruise. And just like before, there'll be different themes every day. The themes change each year. That means we have a lot of packing to do to get ready because we have to bring costumes and, besides all the usual stuff you bring on a cruise, like swimsuits and all of that. So it's a lot.
Packing is an event in itself. I mean, you have
For
to
sure.
make sure you bring the right stuff, and you're limited in space. It's not like you can throw it all in your car and just take it and put it on the ship. We have to fly.
Right. We have to fly. We have like 2 flights and then go through the port and all that. So it's quite an adventure. We are taking you along with us. So don't worry. If you can't go on the 80s cruise, it's okay. You can come with us and see all of the fun. So we want to share with you guys a little preview of what to expect for this year's cruise, some of the theme nights and the artists that we're going to see. And then later, we're also going to be talking to a special guest, 2 special guests. Day 1, we set sail, and the theme for day 1 is always back to the 80s. So this could be anything, really. Whatever you want to wear, if it's something you would have worn back in the 80s or something.
Or you would have liked to wear.
You want to wear? I got to figure out what I'm going to wear. I got him a wig.
Yeah.
A mullet.
Yeah. Looks a lot like Joe Dirt.
Oh, boy. It's quite a look. Actually, I don't know if I've seen it on you, so we probably need to try that on.
It's pretty sexy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Day 2 is Battle of the Bands. And so this is a new one for us. So basically, you can dress like any of your favorite bands. You can wear your favorite band t-shirt.
Yeah. So, Abby, what band are you going with this year?
My favorite band is Duran Duran. So I will be wearing a Duran Duran shirt. And Keith, what is your favorite band?
There was never a doubt on whose shirt I was going to wear. And that will be the one and only Depeche Mode.
Yes. Day 3 is Camp 80s Day. So do you guys remember last year they had the Camp 80s?
We were in Camp Crystal Lake.
Yes, which was really fun. But this year we're in, you're wearing the shirt.
We're in the shirt. We're in
Camp
Camp Beverly Hills, baby.
Beverly Hills, because they know we're fancy.
That's right.
Obviously.
We're like the rodeo drive of the ship.
Yes. Down in deck 3.
That's right.
Right by the theater. We're hoping to see some of the stars. You never know. But Camp Day was a lot of fun last year. Everybody had a blast. So they're bringing it back. And they're going to have some of the same activities and a lot of new things, too. So that'll be really fun. They're doing Double Dare.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be really a fun-filled day because that night is prom night.
Right. That's going to be a busy day.
Purple prom.
Purple rain. And we get to see Morris Day and the time for our prom night. So
We're doing a little bit of the bird.
Do the bird. We don't really know how to do the bird. I think you just we'll figure it out. The next night, day 4, I am probably the most excited about. It's Nightmare on the 80s cruise. I love me some Freddy Krueger and all of those crazy, scary movies from the 80s. And they're going to have a scare zone in the promenade. So it's going to be like a big haunted house, I guess. But you guys know we love those.
That'll be fun.
Yes, so fun.
Day 5, the theme will be slumber parties. So everyone's going to come out in their best pajamas. And I'm sure we're going to see some other stuff too.
Oh, no. Let's keep it clean, people. Keep it clean. Don't wear your underoos. You're not a little kid anymore. But anyways, I was really excited because I'm like, that's awesome because we'll be so comfy. And there's like all kind of dance parties and stuff that we can go to. There's a Tone Loc house party. And we're going to be in our pajamas for that. So I'm doing Hello Kitty PJs.
I'm going with Star Wars.
Right. We decided to do like, what would we have worn back in the 80s as kids? And I probably would have had Hello Kitty or something. And he definitely would have had Star Wars.
Definitely.
Day 6 is the infamous Pop Icon Night.
Oh, that's my favorite night.
I think me too. That's when we get to see everyone's creativity with the wild costumes. It's anything goes.
That's when people bring their A game.
They do. Now we're bringing our B game.
Like B game.
Or maybe our costumes might be a little bit better than last year. We're going to save them for a surprise.
It is better than last year, but
Yeah.
it would not be like prize worthy.
Right. We won't enter the contest,
No.
but we will be showing you all of everybody else's really amazing costumes that night, just like last year.
All right, so when you go on a cruise, one of the main thing you're going for is the music.
Yeah, especially on the 80s cruise,
That's
obviously.
right. And there are some great acts this year.
Amazing acts. So, like, one of the most iconic 80s bands, Devo, will be in the house.
We're going to be whipping it good.
Whip it good.
Are you bringing your energy dome?
I am not. I'll bring my energy, though.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of energy domes on this cruise.
I don't know how they're going to fit it in their suitcases, though, honestly.
I'm kind of curious how those things stick on your head.
I have a lot of questions. I'm looking forward to seeing. I've never seen an energy dome in real life. We got this one album here, but we've been listening to a ton of Devo and actually really enjoying their music.
It's really good.
It's so interesting. I can't wait to meet them.
Another person on the cruise this year is a repeat from last year. They were the surprise band. That is Living Color.
Yay, one of my favorite bands.
They're awesome.
This will be my 3rd time seeing them. I'm so excited. It never gets old because they are amazing live.
I wonder if Corey's going to get back in the hot tub.
I don't know. I don't think his wife was too pleased with him when he got in the hot tub in his nice outfit last year.
I don't think so. I think he
She
probably
was
got in
like-
trouble after that show.
Yeah. All right. Then we get to see Bret Michaels from Poison.
Yes.
I have a special treat for you guys. My friend and I, you know, the one that I did a lot of the videos with back in the 80s, we may have done a music video to Talk Dirty to Me, which I am going to be putting on here soon. And I'm hoping maybe to share it with Bret Michaels if I don't die of embarrassment.
Talk dirty to me.
We'll have to corner him and make him watch it.
Oh, no. All right. One of my favorites of all time, Howard Jones, is going to be on the cruise. Now, y'all know we've seen him before. We've got a video of Howard Jones, which we will link for you in case you missed it. He's my birthday twin. And really, he's just one of my very favorites. I am so excited to see him.
Yeah. We already mentioned Morris Day and the Time, so
Yes.
they'll be starting things off on prom night. A couple others in the main stage will be Kim Wilde. They'll be getting wild that night.
Getting wild.
And the church. I'm excited to see the church too.
I listened to the church. So they're kind of angsty. So like angsty teen Abby enjoyed the church and they're from Australia. So they've come a long way to go on the 80s cruise. So that's a rare opportunity to see. In fact, both of them are from overseas. So Kim Wilde and also the church. And several of these, I think XTC also.
Okay, so those are the bands that are playing on the main stage. In Studio B, we have some other great acts.
Mm-hmm. One that I'm really excited for is Cutting Crew. We have their album here. It's actually on the Now Playing thing because we listen to it a lot.
It's so good.
It's so good. And another band that I was less familiar with in the 80s, but now I've grown to really appreciate because of this album here, China Crisis. If you haven't listened to China Crisis, their music is really like moody and like calming for me. I love China Crisis when I'm like working on something and trying to get stuff done and just like have it running in the background. It's just really relaxing and just really good. I love it.
Some other acts, we have Midge which I wasn't super familiar with him, but he is really good.
Yeah, and he's one of the originators from Live Aid, so like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
He has great solo stuff, and then he also played with the band called Ultravox, also sort of an alternative act, but he's going to be great.
Yeah. We also have the Smithereens,
Love them.
Vixen.
There's more like what I would consider like rock bands, like the Vixen,
LA Guns.
LA Guns,
Autograph.
and Autograph. Yes, I'm excited for them. And then we also have XTC, which was I would consider like a new wave alternative. I really like them. They're going to be fun.
Yeah, I really enjoy their music as well.
Oh, we almost forgot the one that got added towards the end. Tone Low,
That's right.
Funky Cole Medina.
Or maybe a Wild Thing.
And Wild Thing. I actually saw him back on the Club MTV tour back in I think it was like 1990 maybe, when I was in high school. And so I have seen him before, but it was a very long time ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
I hope I run into him like in the in the cafeteria or in the
cafeteria, like in high school.
Yeah.
You mean the Windjammer?
The Windjammer.
The buffet?
Or maybe out by the pool.
I feel like, well, he is doing I don't think it's a poolside party, but he is doing the slumber party. All right, so some of you guys might be wondering, how did we find out about the 80s cruise last year? And what prompted us to go? Well, we have a special guest today who is the reason why we are actually going on the 80s cruise.
We can either thank him for that or blame him for that. I don't know.
So our friend Michael and his wife Betsy introduced us to the 80s cruise last year. They said, you guys really need to go on this 80s cruise. You would love it.
Yeah, Michael was helping us with some filming locations for The Outsiders when we were in Tulsa. And we had stopped to get a bite to eat for lunch, and we were just talking, and Michael starts talking about this 80s cruise. And I'm like, wait, what?
There's a whole cruise for the 80s? That sounds amazing.
And he's like, you guys should totally come. And we're like, hey, we'll think about it.
Uh-huh. And then on the way home, we got to talking about it.
We're
like, we should do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we went home and booked, and the rest is history. So thank you, Michael and Betsy. So we share in a love of the 80s with Betsy and Michael. And we met Michael, like we said, through the Outsiders House Museum. He is a steadfast volunteer there. He's there almost every weekend. And he contacted us and was like, you guys should come and see the Outsiders house and make a video, and I could take you around to show you the filming locations. And so that's what we did. It was amazing. Of course, right away we hit it off because of our love for the 80s, and the rest is history. They've become great friends. We're so glad that they introduced us to the 80s cruise.
Yes, so they are OCs, so they are original cruisers. This is the 7th year of the cruise, so they've gone 6 years. This will be their 7th year. So we thought, who else should come on our podcast and talk about the 80s cruise is OCs that know everything about it.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions about the origins of the 80s cruise in the early days, because it's definitely changed and evolved over time.
It's like, how did they know to go on the first 80s cruise?
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk to them about that.
We'll have to ask them that question.
So now we'd like to welcome Michael and Betsy to the show. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey there. Hey, long time no see. It's been almost a year.
It's been almost a year. I cannot believe how fast the last year has gone, though. But
yeah,
really excited to get on the cruise for our 2nd year. And this is y'all's 7th year, right?
Right. Man, we are old in cruise years.
I heard it advertised on Sirius XM on the 80s on 8, and that's how I first heard about it. And kind of came home to Michael and was like, well, this sounds really fun. On the first cruise, we had Huey Lewis in the News, Richard Marx, Kool and the Gang, Wang Chung, Modern English. So I named off those, and it didn't take, it wasn't too difficult to persuade him then.
Those are amazing bands for the first year. That's impressive that they were able to get them.
Well, and that's kind of what you thought. Where are you going to see Wang Chung and Modern English bands from England?
Mm-hmm.
And really the 80s was really kind of warming up again. It's kind of like a 30-year genre, of nostalgia.
Yes.
But, I thought, okay, well, they've got some great songs, and it just kind of has continued to grow. And there's always acts where you're like, when will we ever see them again if we don't go on this cruise?
Right. Well, you must have some favorite, like, standout moments from the cruise, or like special things that you remember over the years?
I remember the first cruise we went to Puerto Rico. You know, the ship, you tell it was, you know, engines were going, it's moving, and here comes Wayne Chung on the ship. As the ship's pulling away, the sun's going down.
Oh,
They started playing.
yeah.
You know, and you're thinking, you know, is this a movie?
Yeah.
It's like
crazy.
magical.
Well, and prom is the same way. You know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people, they have a prom every year with different themes. And, you know, there's lots of people that didn't go to their prom or maybe didn't get to go with their spouse or you know,
Yeah.
things like that. And so it's kind of a fun thing to do. And they always have a renewal of vows and you can do that. I think the first year we did that and it was a Madonna impersonator and a Michael Jackson
that's
impersonator
hilarious.
doing the vow renewal, which was fun. You know, I mean, you don't get to
Cute.
say you can do those kind of things everywhere, you know.
All right, that was just a clip from our awesome conversation we had with Michael and Betsy. If you'd like to hear the whole conversation, we have that link below.
Yeah, so check out our podcast for the audio version and a deeper dive into all things 80s cruise. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
So now we have lots of packing to do.
We do.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
All right, so the next time we see you guys, we will be officially aboard the 80s cruise.
Woohoo!
So we will see you there.